Welcome to Capitalist Hell, your vacation destination filled with inshitification. I'm a racist against Asians. How the fuck did that get in there? We live in capitalist hell and it's your fault. At you personally, you watching the video, the core message of this video is that I hate all of you. Every single one of you dollar-spending, corporate cocksucking, institution-loving, dumb motherfuckers. From the battle passes to the discontinuation of perfectly working products because everything has to connect to a cloud server, to having to create an account for every single fucking website, you have all sat back and watched it happen. See, I'm presented with a unique challenge in this video. It's easy for you to hand wave and dismiss every one of the things I've listed by saying they are not that big of a deal. My counterpoint is that they add up. Not just on an individual basis, but also collectively. One of the prime examples on an individual basis is video game monetization. Wow, what a fucking disaster. We went from the horse skins are stupid, don't try to sell us that shit, get the fuck out of here, Todd Howard can suck my dick, lying little prick, to my $60 game has paid skins, but at least it's not pay to win. You spineless motherfuckers. The decline of gaming is completely on every single person who buys every Call of Duty every single year, despite the game not being good since Black Ops 2 in 2012. NBA 2K26 has mixed reviews. Guess what also has mixed reviews? 2K25, 2K24, 2K23, 2K22. They all might have mixed reviews. I stopped looking. Furthermore, the previous entries get pulled off the Steam store. Why can't I buy and play a game that isn't the most recent in the series, even if it was better? Why does NBA 2K26 suck? Because the same retards that bought and didn't like 2K22 bought every subsequent entry in the series. Gaming companies and corporations in general have realized that there's basically no line they can cross, there's no minimum viable product that is too low to make you mindless fucking consumers stop buying the products. When a company finally somehow does something egregious enough to draw the ire of the average drooling consumer, not only do they not stop using the products, a certain contingent of people will point out the obvious. Of course a company is gonna end a product after 1 year so you buy the next one. They want the most amount of money possible. Thank you, Captain fucking Obvious. What is the point of that statement? What unique and keen insight do you think you are providing by saying that? Let's throw out a hypothetical. If Google was killing people and harvesting their organs, assuming there was a legal loophole, would you be rebutting the complaints of the average consumer by saying, of course they're killing people and harvesting their organs. They want to make the most amount of money possible. Think of the shareholders. Of course not. That is a stupid justification that is made to obfuscate from the topic of morals and consumer rights. Let's address this right now. A company's job is to fuck you and rape as much money as possible from you for the least amount of work and product possible. The other side of that is you should be trying to fuck the company out of the most amount of product possible for the least amount of money possible. Somehow, the average consumer has completely lost sight of rights advocacy and has slowly slipped into a consuming coma. It's not just about companies delivering a bad product because they can get away with it. It's the enshittification creep that has taken place because while consumers will leave bad reviews despite spending money on subpar games, they won't even complain about or leave negative reviews for other things that just get slightly and slightly worse. Forget not using the product, forget not spending money on it. Consumers quietly accept companies making user experiences worse over time. First, it was the paid skins, a concept we rejected in the Xbox 360 era, wiggling its head out of the trash can where we threw our consumer advocacy. Then it was tied to a battle pass. Not only is the game demanding your money, even if you spent the initial entry fee, they are demanding your time to claim skins that you paid for. Now they are taking a page out of the playbook of mobile gaming, something else that should never have been as bad as it is. However, consumers do as consumers do, they kept consuming. That page has dailies written all over it. When I hear a friend say a sentence like, download Nikki for when I come to visit you so I can do my dailies, in reference to visiting their husband, I cringe. I physically cringe. Content a developer made that they would have put in the game for unlocking through actual substantive gameplay that people actually want to do, are now using FOMO manipulation tactics to demand you play the game on the game's schedule. How do you as a gamer let that happen to you? You as a consumer should be dictating what content is worth your time and when it's worth your time. They should be compelled to add the bonus content so you deem the game worthy, not to prey on your consumer FOMO addiction instincts. There is a clear power imbalance, and you, the consumer, are letting it happen. The game has been made objectively worse because you are letting the company have power over you, when it should be the other way around. This is what I mean by a collective basis, the slippery slope of enshittification creep over time, companies constantly pushing boundaries on what you will accept, consistently making the user experience worse for everyone. The frog is fucking boiling. Companies don't only prey on FOMO addiction instincts, they've also conditioned people to employ a litany of psychological tricks in addition to using every single manipulative tool in the toolbox with the sole purpose of extracting as much time and money from you as possible, while delivering the least amount of value and product to you as possible. One of the psychological tricks is fake value. Pointing back to battle passes, the goal of a company is not to maximize for your user experience. The advancement of technology has only made companies more effective at min-maxing every single dollar and second from you. Let's take a look at the TikTok algorithm in Call of Duty matchmaking. Now bear with me here, I promise it'll make sense. A friend complains about the TikTok algorithm because it's not delivering the videos they want to watch. It's delivering videos adjacent to what they want to watch, and my other friend doesn't have this problem. Now, the TikTok addicted friend missed the point. The point is not to deliver you satisfying or engaging content, it's to string you along. If they delivered you satisfying videos you wanted to watch, you would feel a sense of completion. The algorithm is edging you. The friend who barely goes on TikTok gets the videos they want to watch because the algorithm studying the behavior realized that the friend is not going to sit and scroll mid-content for hours. It's the same for Call of Duty. Another game people shit on every year, it gets worse and worse every year, but not only do people keep buying the games, they buy the skins. It is designed with the same psychological tricks. People complain about so-called skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty, when in reality, the enemy they're facing is engagement-based matchmaking. The matchmaking system is like your bipolar BPD girlfriend, throwing tantrums when she doesn't get what she wants, lying, cheating, manipulating, then love-bombing you afterwards. See, much like the TikTok algorithm, Call of Duty doesn't matchmake based on skill or fun, it matchmakes to flip-flop you between complete stomps on your team, then vice versa, leaving you in a constant toxic loop with the girl you just can't seem to get away from. Technology has made it easier than ever to study human psychology on an individual and personalized basis, tailoring the algorithm specifically to maximize profits. This does not maximize enjoyment, fun, or competition. It maximizes your time and money. When you as a consumer feel that is happening to you, it is your responsibility to hold the company hostage. Don't give them your time or money until you feel satisfied with the product. They should be aggressively begging for your time and money and attention. That's what leads to great products and inventions. That's the sole basis of capitalism. So, there's a power imbalance. How do I address it? So the other day, my friend sent me a video on Discord. It was an Instagram link. I clicked it, and it prompted me to log in before I could view the video. I have an Instagram account. I'm even logged into an Instagram account on a different browser. But what did I do? I closed the fucking page. Because when the overpaid piece of shit that made that design decision has their superiors look over the numbers, if they saw a downtick in people using and interfacing with Instagram when prompted with that login screen, they would revert that decision, and my user experience and the user experience of everyone else would become objectively better. Most people, like a good little consumer, would log in. They wouldn't even complain about it. That's the main issue. That people have been so blinded by the constant enshittification creep of the usability and features of our technology that they don't even notice anymore. Again, it might seem small, but it's just another step, another thing that you have to deal with when navigating today's world, especially online, not exclusively, but if people complained about it or were less complicit in it, it wouldn't exist. I hope each and every one of you enjoy the future of the internet where you're forced to submit your ID in addition to signing in to use every website, so much for that anonymity that made the internet so special, where every website is a homogenized group of subscriptions that you have to pay for. Obviously this was scripted, and it's been a while since I read off scripts, okay, so it's kind of rough, but one thing I did want to mention is I'm definitely going to make a part 2 to this. This was focused more on gaming and technology and social media, but the script was getting very long and unorganized. I do want to say, though, I don't know how this is going to play in the modern YouTube algorithm, just a fucking, basically a video essay without flashy editing, but one thing I've learned over the past year is that I need to make videos that I want to make. And if I'm not inspired to do flashy editing on a video, if I'm not inspired on a topic on a video, it's just not going to work out. Speaking of which, I'll link a song down here in the description and probably at the end of the video. I did make a music video. It is released. There's a whole album attached to it. It's pretty fucking cool. But love y'all. I got an emptiness inside that the nicotine provides. I just need a little time. Watch the demon in me vibe. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 whores on my roster.
never finding love, so I'm empty like my coffer. Bitch, you'll never understand. I'm an artist, I make every fucking thing. Never beating me regardless, I gave my fucking heart. And this bitch must be retarded if she thinks she's pulling better. Bitch, don't get me started, I'm an artist.